Jama.
Yeah. Thank you. Hi, Diana.
Hi, Jama.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 Mm, um, very interesting because I try to gather a team to participate in our university, как сказать, в целях тимбилдинга, in purpose of team building. Yeah, decided to как провести have a until have a game, короче, что, где, когда, what, when, and where, что, где, когда. So I tried to gather a team and oh, hi, hello,
Who's there?
hello,
Milana.
hi. So I tried to gather a team and actually I did it. So in upcoming Wednesday we have an intellect, a battle of intelligent intelligent intellects, how I can say it properly, intellects, battle of so that's how, yes. Okay, please tell us.
Well,
Yes, yes, I feel your pain, bro, because we live in village, I think, and because of weather, the electric lines was как сказать, постоянно, constantly breaking. Yeah, went out and didn't come back.
I don't know what to say. I'm tired. I call them every day. I write letters, and they're like, "We don't know. We don't know. Maybe it will be fixed in 1 week, in 1 month, or maybe in 2 years. I don't know." Why? Why it is so difficult? I don't understand. Well, yeah.
Because you didn't believe me why I went out because electricity went out. Yell at me.
Um,
Don't be shy.
well, I don't have something. I just have my cousin's wedding, and that's kind of all.
Wow.
No, it was like this wedding when we just sitting and doing nothing, like talking, and that's not what I like, to be honest. And I like when it's like host, how to say, like ведущий. Host, when they host and their music and they have fun, but this wedding was like so like boring. Yeah.
We are lucky we don't have any problems with electricity. Yes, at the last week we have guests, my mother and my niece. She's only 1 year old, and it's very interesting to spend time with her. And she's trying to say something and so on. is the first and the only niece and the only granddaughter in our family.
Oh,
So,
she's a queen.
Yes. But it's very sad when they leave us.
Of course, I'm ready. Wow. Okay. So I share. Okay, I try to share the screen. Give me a second. How this works? Ah, okay. I uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Do you see my screen?
Yep.
So okay, just okay. Okay. Enter the waiting room. Oh, Oksana, welcome, Oksana. Hi, Oksana. Yeah, you arrived right at the time.
Oh, great. I was afraid.
Just in time. Okay.
I was afraid that I will be late, but finally.
No. Perfect timing. Perfect. So let's get down to business. Yes. Yeah. Unexpected journey. Somewhere, maybe in this world or another, actually, it doesn't really matter. There was a city named Edvalutun. Not just a regular city, but full of all kinds of wonders, and even stones in pavement are magical. City was built very long time ago by 12 kind and wise creatures, and each creature built their own part of the city. And I want to take you to the walk through the street of the city and meet its citizens. So be sure that your shoes are comfortable and keep your eyes wide open. City already has served its best views. So right now, we are on the street of glass wonders. In front of us is a house of green flame, owned by Tsifas Kazhyemedu. Tsifas Kazhyemedu is one of the famous inventors and scientists of Edvalid Moon. He designed aircraft which works on solar energy, vacuum cleaners which helps to get rid of annoying thoughts and anxiety, mirrors which can memorize what they reflected, and many other helpful devices. He works at Edvalid Moon University and gives lectures about art of concealing, leads seminars about declassification, and practicums about stone growing. Tsifas built his house in very unusual way. First, he asked his friends from other countries to send him little pebbles, and while they was on the way to him, he chose a side and drew a plan, one for the house. When all stones finally arrived, They all fit in his handful. Then Cephas went to the chosen site, dug a little pit, put them there, covered it with earth, and drew an intricate symbol on. Then Cephas shakes the dirt from his hands, looked at the watches, and said to the surprised citizens which gathered around that in 13 hours there will be a house. Of course, citizens didn't believe him and decided that he was just joking. But how all of them was surprised when the next morning they saw a real house with outlandish turrets. Cephas rubbed his hands contentedly and invites all of them to take a closer look. House was empty inside, and a couple of stairs tried to run away. Cephas says that he not mastered the craft of furniture growing yet, and it must be ordered, and the stairs just haven't gotten used to people. Amused citizens gasped, looking at the walls decorated with beautiful patterns and mesmerized by bright green fire that was burning in the fireplace. That's how this house got his name, and Cephas, after improving his method, built several houses, which were ordered by other citizens. Our journey continues, and we are on the boulevard of the Seventh Heart, near the Talking House. Here lives Echevarria Kumalav, to whom the townspeople turn for help when they are too worried and stressed. Echevarria Kumalav, a famous healer of heart and souls. He knows how to find the right words and put some useful thoughts into people's head. But sometimes when he's struggling with finding words and the patient's anxiety is too strong, he advises to use the thoughts cleaner, which was designed by Mr. Cephas. By the way, they are close friends and often goes to poetry recitals at the public library. The house of Mr. Echevarria is no less remarkable and got its name due to the fact that it was originally built of living stones. The walls had gained experience themselves after listening to the advice of their master to his patients. Because the walls also are able to talk, they sometimes help to the patients who are waiting for their turn to reception. Sometimes the turret of the house talk to each other and the roofs of neighboring houses and retelling news to Echevarria at evening. Magic stones of city pavement lead us to the cipher alley, to the dark walls of House of Sneaking Luck. Air near this house is always full of scent of different spices, because Priyavadia Piroloki, who owned this house, honors the tradition of the ancestors who sailed to Edvalid Moon across the sea. Priyavadi's great-great-grandfather, Pirnasiria Piroloki, was a brave sailor who brought first spices to the Edvalid Moon. He has undescribable luck, and people always wonder why he was so lucky and what was his secret. Rumor says that he stole scale from the sea's dragon tail, and that bring him good fortune, or the sail of his ship was kissed by a siren, and that's why the tailwind always blows into them. But Priyavadi always says that great-great-grandpa was just very intelligent, smart, and known theory of probability very well. After settling in Edvalid Moon, Pirnasiri built this house. Apparently, his incredible luck somehow melt in the walls, because everyone who visited his house always succeed in their business. That's why citizens call it House of Sneaking Luck. We need to hurry up. On the Founders Square is landing one of the most unique houses of Edvalid Moon, Winged House. It belongs to Sitmeris Galonia, a famous aeronaut. Sigmaris flew around the whole continent on his winged house and even brought to his friend Xiphas a piece of cooled lava from the foot of the recently erupted volcano. He always wanted to fly and travel around the world. After graduating at Valletmoos University as pilot, he also wants to improve already existing aircrafts. Once, during one of his travels, he is walking around the market and noticed a merchant who was selling very bizarre eggs. Merchant said that he absolutely has no idea what will hatch from these eggs, and Sigmaris decided to buy one. When he finally arrived at home, he placed the egg under the lamp and turned it upside down from time to time. On the day 21, when he came to take a look, instead of egg, he saw a little house with tiny wings, and it bravely tries to stand on wobbly legs. Almost dying of cuteness, Sigmaris found it strange to call one of his friends, who was a biologist. His friend was very surprised and told to Sigmaris, who was still cooing over the little house, that this creature is the same species as famous house with chicken legs. But you are lucky one, because this little guy also will be able to fly like a bird. After hearing that, Sigmaris excitedly claps his hand and starts to collect information how to nurture this kind of creature. The house grew up very quickly, turned out to be cheerful and docile, and since then, he and Sigmaris have seen many wonders together. Well, our walk today has come to an end. I hope that you enjoyed it, and thank you for the wonderful company and attention. Oh, I think we will meet again, because streets of this beautiful city are still full of undiscovered wonders. Thank you for attention.
I have a question. Have you drawn these pictures yourself?
All by myself.
Wow.
All by
It was wonderful. It was great. Just wow.
Thank you.
The most difficult for me is to think the names of characters, and I mean, how did you do that?
For me, the most fun part of the creating a story is creating the name of the main character. I love to give them difficult names, and but for me, it's a little bit embarrassing to say it out loud. Thank you. Wow. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, just better to forget about this embarrassing.
Relief to your students.
Well, I tried, but it's kind of complicated for me because
All of us.
every story that I write, it has like film or like a cartoon about this, so I just like.
Oh, oh, it's no. Me too. Me too.
Too. Oh.
Why?
I
Yeah.
watched the first part maybe a year ago.
Yes.
Yeah, I know about this movie since I was a little girl, and I know some episodes. But I understood last year. I understood that I didn't watch it from the start, from the beginning to the end. So I decided to do it. Mhm. I had known since I was a little girl, but I didn't watch it, right? Mhm.
Yes, but it was years ago, and I think it will be good to refresh. I like Keanu. I like him.
Of course.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
This dress.
What?
Воспринимать.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Mhm.
Be heading somewhere, maybe to sea by helicopter.
Mm. Mhm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I didn't watch this film because it was very sad and I didn't like this kind of movies. Deep Blue, I think. Perfect Blue, yeah, yeah. Mm, mm, mhm. Mhm. Oh, I uh, please everyone be be the first because if I start to talk, it's take a while, so I just. Oh, okay. Oh, please.
I loved the animation of Hayao Miyazaki. I don't know how to say correctly. And I watched several his I don't know the name. With dragon, with a white dragon.
Spirited
Yeah,
Away.
Yeah, and castle, Howl's castle. Howl's castle is my favorite one, and I can watch it every year, maybe, or twice in a year, because I really love it. It's about animation, about books. The Catcher in the Rye was my favorite book when I was in my 10th or 11th grade. Hello. Pride and Prejudice was my favorite book.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. At all? But in general, the best advice that I can give to teenagers is to read books, because it can, due to reading the books, you can live 1,000 lives. I mean, and it of course make you better. You become more intelligent. I don't know, intelligent. Reading is always a good idea. Yeah.
Poetic.
And what I want to add, I would say teenagers to read more in exactly in their age, because as for me, when I was a teenager, I was reading and I really liked it, and I liked to live different lives and to dive into the different plots. But now I understand that художественная fiction literature is not so exciting to me as it was previous. And according to this fact, I would recommend them to read more in their age, because for now I'm interested more in scientific, maybe, or something that concerns to my profession. But fiction is not so attractive to me right now.
I feel the same.
And that's why I recommend them to read Harry Potter. Unfortunately, I've read only the first part, but I did it in English, and I was very impressed, and it was really great, and that's why I think in Russian it's interesting too, but still, if they have the opportunity and they understand it in English, just to do it in original. Yeah, in the original.
Martin Eden also was my favorite, one of my favorite books.
Wow.
I've
Kill a
read it,
Mockingbird.
but yeah, it's a great book. Yeah.
Okay.
I
There's
can
so
say
many
that
great books.
Okay. Can I add a little to Martin Eden, because maybe I am the one person in my моем окружении, in my surroundings, who didn't catch the why this book is so cool, because
I'm with you.
I love Jack London. I'm a huge fan of his writing, but I didn't understand why Martin Eden is so cool. For me, okay, it's I think if I continue, maybe a little bit offensive, so I want just to stop.
I was very bored when I was reading this book, so I understand you.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay.
A book fifth, книжный вор.
Oh yeah.
Also,
I watched
is
the
also is a
movie.
great book.
It break my heart in very
Yeah, I
painful
cried
way.
so much. It was awful.
But I can recommend it because it's so sad.
And I was very Tolkien.
It's the first edition of the Silmarillion, which was gifted me by one of my friends. This book was bought on one of, как сказать, книжный развал.
Что значит развал на русском даже? Не знаю, книжный развал.
Типа, короче, она гуляла, she was walking in the London streets, and she saw a person who sell the books, and they just pile it on the pavement, and she looked for interesting books. She liked to collect some interesting books, and she find this one, and this also has a little signature. So one of my friends, he is a huge fan of Tolkien. So when he came to my workshop, I showed him this book, and I said that this signature is a signature of Tolkien, and he was like, "What? This book had no price. Where did you get them? Get this book?" So I tell him, of course, these are not Tolkien signature. Of course, it's just I don't know. Maybe it's previous owner just scribbling something. So maybe.
Jama, you don't know. You can't know. Maybe it's Tolkien's signature.
Wow. Okay, let me inspect this later. Maybe if it's a real Tolkien signature, I can sell this book and buy tickets for BTS concert.
I'll go with you because it was my idea, okay?
Okay. Okay, let's no
compare it.
No, I don't. It's not looking. It's not look like this. So.
In school, I fake my mother's signature so I may help.
So did it with my father's signature.
Oh, I can tell you there is a method which allows you to fake the signature. This is a series called White Белый воротничок. White Collar. Yeah, and it's a series about about very talented thief, which helps the FBI to investigate some difficult cases, and he show how to fake signature. You just turn the signature upside down and try to yes, replicate it. And if you turn it upside down, your replication would be very правдоподобный. Will look very realistic. I'll also recommend this here. It's absolutely beautiful. It's beautiful visual, and the meaning also very interesting. And the main characters, I promise you, you are fell in love in main characters, because each of them are so adorable and charming. Yeah, charming. So actually this is my recommendation. But if if I started talking, let me shortly recommend. Of course, I highly recommend to watch the what 1 second. It's my knee. Watch Lord of the Rings and read Lord of the Rings, because it's a universal story about everything for me. It's about friendship, it's about being brave, it's about love, it's about courage. So what can I say except watch Lord of the Rings? Yeah. Yeah. Бегущая. Да, бегущая сорока. Мгм. Мгм. Yeah. Oh, I also want to add to my list of recommendation. I love Harry Potter, but for me, I recommend to read the stories written by one of the close friend of Tolkien, Clive Staple Lewis. He write books about Narnia, and there is a 7 books, and in these books, fairy tale perfectly combined with some really difficult life questions. And I was very surprised when I discovered that one of the main characters, the lion Aslan, was a presentation of Jesus Christ. And for me, yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ, is it Jesus Christ? But he was very religious man, but he put his thought about religion and faith in his stories in such a delicate way that when you're reading, you didn't recognize the как сказать, вот навязчивый, annoying. It's not annoying, and it come up so naturally. And also there is a как сказать, предложение, verse. There was a sentence about different faiths, and I didn't recall it quite. I didn't remember it quite well to recite it for you. But if I found it, I will send it to the chat. So I highly recommend to read this one, this series of book, because it for me it's just great as the Harry Potter, because it's also about growing up and making decision and being brave, and it's also about love, and it's so and it doesn't look familiar for me. Harry Potter used the very popular trope like free friends, high school problems, some bad teachers, and everything, and it's beautiful. I love Harry Potter. No offense. But in the books about Narnia, we meet different characters, and we living the different stories with the different characters, and it's interesting. And you can find the character with whom you can relate, with whom you can relate. So with Ili too. Okay, so this is my recommendation. Thank you for attention. Yeah. Yes.
I agree with girls. I like The Catcher in the Rye and Harry Potter and Narnia story. I can something in Kabadian language. When I was younger, I like to read the stories about Narts, and it is an easy stories. I think they are good for any person, teenager, for adult, and I have a new version of this book with illustrations. Trimav's
wow, that's so cool.
Yes, and when I read this book, Kabadian is my native language, but I can't understand a lot of words, and I read the dictionary. But I like how it's, and I like to read in Kabadian because I start forget a lot of words, and it's difficult sometimes to remember a word or to speak in Kabadian. And if it's interesting for you, I know another book too. It calls Бурный Баксан by Muhammad Karmokov. There are short stories, but they are so fun and so interesting, and I think everybody can find something interesting for themselves. Muhammad Karmokov, Бурный Баксан. Бурный Баксан, yes. You Одинокий всадник. Шузако. This is best Carpathian.
In Bulgarian too. In Bulgarian too.
Like, I really like the books that you talk about. I liked it a lot, and I've read Harry Potter, all the parts, and also like when I was younger, I really liked the literature about like Kafkas, как сказать?
Wow. Okay.
So I like Gamzatova, and it's like my favorite one of his book is named Горянка. Ну как на английском?
Highland girl.
So there's like the problems when I about like the woman in Caucase, Caucasus, and it was really interesting because I never thought about it when I was younger. I never faced this problem, and I've found it, and it seems to me like really interesting. Like I felt something that it's around me, and sometimes it's very beautiful, but it's like sad. Yeah. And about films, you talked about sad films, and I remember that I was like 12 or 11. I watched like The Good Kids Don't Cry or something like that, and this was the most heartbreaking film I ever seen at that time. So yeah, but when I watched it, like it was few months ago, I like was like, what? I think German. I don't know. Like it's maybe English. No, it's German. It's German. Obviously. Yeah. And also, you talk about like the same age, if the character is the same age. And for me, it was Stranger Thing because when the series came out, I was the same age as the main characters, so it felt.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, maybe I tell a little story about literature in nation language because it's one of my favorite stories and it was very funny. It's about it's about Bulgarian literature. For me, Bulgarian literature is very depressive because most part of it dedicated to the genocide, как сказать, genocide, and it was very sad stories. But there is one of my favorite stories, which I call a Bulgarian fantasy. The name of the novel, I think it's a novel. I forgot the name. Okay, it's about the little village which was attacked by some of the Mongolian warriors, and the main part of the story dedicated to the few days before the intervention of these Mongolian warriors. And at our lesson of Bulgarian literature, our class didn't read anything, and it was just me who read everything and tried to как сказать, отвлечь преподавателя, to distract our teacher and save my classmate S from punishment. So I read this story, and what surprised me the most, there is a part with some kind not safe for view content. There is a yeah, don't say for view. It's like the love scene, the whole love scene in Bulgarian. It was so strange, but it write down so beautifully that I read it with bated breath, and I go to the school and talk to my classmate, throw everything, just go get the textbook and read it, because there are love scene, and our whole class, wow, and they ran to our school library, and librarian was surprised. What happened to, why are you so all interested in Bulgarian literature? So but we find out that in some books the pages with this love scene are как сказать, ripped out. It was so, maybe kind of censorship, I didn't know. But our whole class, my whole class read this story, and the next lesson our teacher was surprised. And she like, who want to answer to my question about our homework? And all like, me, please.
To be honest,
Yes.
I'm really curious about, because like all the literature we read on the Bulgarian lessons, it was really sad, and everyone died, everyone was like lost, and and it was like made me so depressed. But
I trying to recall the name. It's dancing at the end of my tongue. If I remember, I will send it to the chat. Unexpected, but it's so cool. Uh-huh. Mm, no, no. We always drink cool Iran. Whoa, whoa. It's a cycle of life.
Mhm.
It's so heartbreaking.
Yeah, I I can say that I have read read I have read so many books, and I think every book that I have ever read, yes, read, make no made a little change in my personality, and except of love stories, except of novels. And because of all, I think, как сказать, сейчас я соображу, I became the person that I am now due to all that books. Mainly because when you live in Digulub, the best village of Kabardino-Balkaria, it's very boring around, and you have no alternative maybe to entertain yourself. And books научили меня taught me to dream big, and I'm very thankful for that. Have taught me to dream. Yeah.
I'm too broke to immigrate, really.
Hello.
Я такой.
I'm totally agree with Diana, but I remembered one movie that we watched in these classes last year. Yes, it was Paid Forward, and I think that every little person, every teenager has to watch it because it's really changes your mind. I was a grown up person, but still, it made me think different. and it was very inspiring story, and it was just great. And I'm remembering about it right now, and my heart is beating because it was really very, very maybe it was a very story at the end, but still the plot, the idea, it was just great. And I think everybody, not just teenagers, but everybody has to watch it.
What movie?
Pay it forward. It was a little boy who knew from his teacher about one he, about one idea and made this idea a mainstream. So the idea was to do something good or to help three people in his surrounding, and every person he has helped should do that to other three persons. So it's something like progressive consequence. So it's that the result of this idea was to help more people and to make people think about helping other people.
For me, it was the book called Choice by Eva.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Edith Eva Eger. I told you before about it.
So this book really inspired me that like the woman go through a lot of stuff that was really really heartbroken for me, heartbreaking, and that make me feel like if this girl go through a lot of stuff and she no was alive there. Yes, she survived, and that made me feel like anyone, if anyone wants to do something, they can do anything. Like
think Martin Eden had influence on me because he's when he was trying to himself, it was very close for me. For example, I remember the episode when he starts to write difficult words from dictionary and to put them around himself in his pockets, and he was trying to remember them. And I think I can do the same. For example, with some English words, and he was trying to read more, and I was trying to do the same. So when he become more clever, more intelligent, I was so proud of him. Intelligent, yes. And the end of the story shocked me because he wasn't only a book hero for me. He became like a friend. Yes. Yeah. Mhm.
Wow.
Mhm.
Mhm. Mhm. We are not so bad, actually.
Putin's speech.
For free.